So today I'm making an Indian inspired vegetable soup, which is one of my favourite soups to take with me outdoors. So if I've been sea swimming or running, or certainly if I've been hiking and then plan to camp that night, it's so warming to have before something like that. So let me run through some of the ingredients. As you can see, I've prepared them already. So you can see the chopped onion, and I've got a couple of green chillies. Far left up there is some red lentils. In the middle there is some pearl barley. Now I've pre-cooked that. That does take about an hour to cook, so you need to bear that in mind when you're preparing the dish and get that going early. Then I've got some cubes of butternut squash, some stock, a mixture here of, we've got some chopped tomatoes and chopped sweet potato. In the front here I've got the spices, so we have some mustard seeds, some cumin seeds, and on the top I've just laid 2 cloves on there, some turmeric, coriander, paprika, and some grated ginger. So I'm heating up the oil in this pan, and then we're going to add the mustard seeds, the cumin seeds and the cloves, turmeric, and the chopped chillies. I like to leave the seeds in mine, but if you don't want it so hot, then make sure you remove the seeds. I'm just going to stir this around until, oh, you can really smell those mustard seeds, till the seeds crackle a little. So next I'm going to add the onion. Now I should mention that at this stage you can add a couple of cloves of garlic, but I'm not a big fan of garlic when I've been out hiking. I don't like the fact I can taste it all night, so I leave that out, but I think a lot of people would quite like that. So I'm just going to give them a stir, turn the heat down a little and let them soften for around 5 minutes. Now we're going to add some more ingredients. So in goes the butternut squash. And the sweet potato. Coriander's going in now. And the paprika. I wish you could smell this, it's amazing. Don't forget to add some seasoning. So some salt, some pepper, so now I'm going to put most of the rest of the ingredients in. Chopped tomatoes, pearl barley, and the lentils. I will put the recipe in the description below so you know all the quantities. And now just to add some stock and then let all that nicely cook together. I think that'll be about enough for now. I've always got some more if it gets a little bit too thick. So I'm just going to bring this to the boil now. And then simmer it for around 20 to 30 minutes till everything's tender. So what I do with this soup is I make a batch of it and then freeze it in individual portions and then use it as I need it. So if I'm going out for a run in winter and I'm going to be out a little while, then I'll heat it up at home and pop it into a flask and leave it in the car. Same if I'm going sea swimming, I'll pop it into a flask. So what I'll do if I'm going out for a night's camping is I'll take a portion directly out of the freezer and pop it in my bag, and by the time I get to camp and I've set up my tent, it's sort of defrosted, and I just heat it up on my camping stove and it's just wonderful. So this is thickening up nicely now, as you can see. It's a really filling soup. You can see by the ingredients that went in there with the lentils and the barley, the squash and the potatoes. It's fantastic in the winter when you've been outdoors. So we're almost there now. So I'm going to stir in the ginger and give it a real zesty kick. So there we go, all done. And a nice big stir of coriander to finish. One of the reasons I wanted to stop off here and have a coffee is that because on the banks and bed of this brook you can often find fossils, microfossils, small fish remains, shark's teeth, things like that. I don't think I spotted any, but I didn't really know what I was looking for, but obviously I wasn't going to take anything anyway, just having a good old look around for them. And then I came across some pigs in pannage. This is the practice whereby the pigs are released into the forest and they feast on all the acorns and other fallen nuts, which are actually poisonous to the New Forest ponies and cattle. Hello. So the soup that I brought with me is totally defrosted now in my backpack all morning. It's still quite thick, as you can see, but I like it like that. If you did want it thinner, obviously you could just add some more water or stock or something. So let's get that heated up. As I said earlier, one of my favourite times to have this is if I've been doing a long hike in the day and I've set up tent ready to camp, and just before I go to bed I like to eat this. It's just like having a little hot water bottle inside. Really, really warm and just spicy and lovely. Normally I'd bring some homemade bread to have with it because my son's got into bread making during lockdown, but when I left this morning it wasn't ready. I need to have a word with him. There we go. This looks yum. Not far off now. Pretty good, I think. Looking good. Okay. Okay. Let's switch that off. Nice and tight. Thanks for watching the video. Thanks so much also for everyone who's subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate it and it really helps me out a lot. Thanks so much.